Hey there, welcome back to The City Rocks. I'm your host, Megan Cole, and this episode we're going to do something just a little differently, but just as exciting. We're going to head on out to Port Coquitlam to Vaughaville Studios, where Caleb Stull of the Parlour Steps recorded his latest album. We're going to meet Caleb and Jonathan Fluvog, the owner of the studios. We're here with Caleb Stull from Parlour Steps, and Jonathan Fluvog has graciously let us come into the studio and just sit down here, and Caleb's going to take us through some of his snippets of music that they just recorded on their latest album that's due to release. The release party's in May 18th of 2007.
So a little deconstruction.
Okay.
Deconstructionist look at the Parlour
Let's
Steps.
go. Okay. Let's look at it. What track are we doing?
This is called, this song is called What the Lonely Say. Well, this song is somewhat unique in our canon, if you could say that, by that it's one riff over and over and over again, which is, it's one way to write a song, and there are a lot of great examples of songs like that. I've always been kind of resistant to it because I always thought it was boring in the writing process. I was like, I want this to change a little bit and go somewhere, but writing with one riff and one progression, you bring it to the band, and subtleties start to emerge and change the song and progress the song, choruses and the bridges. So what might on paper look like the same thing over and over and over again becomes an evolution of feel and nuance. The chorus grooves, this driving, almost walking African beat.
Graceland.
Yeah. That sort of tripping triplet. Right?
Okay. And
which is accented by the guitars doing all that. Then you go back to the verse. It's a little bit more laid back. A little bit more of a shuffle. Yeah. Some jazz.
And then throw the vocals on over that. If there were vocals to have.
They're coming. Here.
Are we in the
verse
bridge?
One day you say you're gonna leave this shell and wandering and
So this is me singing in my bedroom, looking at the pile of sweaters that I have on top of my dresser.
Into the mic of gold.
Well, I got this mic from the Hit Factory in New York, and it's the mic that like Stevie Wonder sang into on Songs of the Key in Key of Life.
Amazing.
And Hey, Born in the USA. And there's a picture of John Lennon the night before he died singing into that mic. And when I lent it to Caleb, he had it under his bed at night.
It was a little scary having
like
such
the
a
tooth fairy, like the mic fairy
Yeah, I
would
know.
come and give it
No,
under
more
maybe
like-
able to multiply into two.
keep it from the crackberry. The drums go down. He's listening to us playing in other rooms, right?
Yeah.
But we're trying not to bleed our instruments into his drums so we can get a clear set of drum recordings. And that means if we screw up on the guitars and stuff like that, we can keep the drums and go and work on the guitars. So drums get laid down first, and then we'll add the bass generally. The bass and the guitars, piano, organ, percussion, other stuff that went on the song. Once all that's done, to a degree, once all that's done, we add the vocals.
Everyone is their own.
Ah, yes.
But when you're recording, how much tweaking goes on?
Well, when you get things down into the microscope of the recording process, things change. They have to. I mean, you realize that sometimes the guitar player and the bass player aren't playing the same note at the same time. Things like that. Lyrics get concreted and finalized in the recording process. Things are very malleable right up to that point.
Cool.
You know, so and they actually continue to be malleable into the live process too. Songs will change after you've recorded them. And that's why a record still has the name. A record still has relevance to this process. People say, "Oh, a record's vinyl." Well, no, a record is actually a record of that time. It's a snapshot of that moment. This is my producer look, you know, leaning over. My gold chains are
Right
getting
on.
cleaned. They weren't ready.